Hello, my name's Cam Scott. I'm one of the writers on Star Wars The High Republic, and I'm on Team Nerdherd here. And if you want to do it right, collect what you like.
What's up, Nerdherd family? This is your guy, JR, Rogueslaw. Welcome to the inaugural episode of This is the Way, a Star Wars Origin. And I couldn't think of a better way to start this out without bringing my friend Morbius over here. I mean, dude, you're awesome. I mean, you and I've talked before. We were talking about stage. We almost couldn't start the show.
Yeah, right.
Because you guys, we have this connection, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
kind of brotherhood.
Yeah, man, we could have stopped, man. Hey, that's how it is, man. When you make that connection with somebody, you just you got to keep going, you know, you just keep building on what we're talking.
Exactly.
You know?
So, how's life been going? You doing good?
Man, I'm good, man. I could really genuinely say I'm good. I'm good, JR. I'm doing well. How about you, brother? How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad. I took a week off from work. I was getting burnt out. I've been working like 25 days a month, 26 days a month. I'm just like, wow. I need to take a little time. It's tax season, so I need it, and it's going to be as soon as I go back into work. I'm just dreading Monday because there's going to be stacks of stuff on my desk to do. But
so you're an accountant?
Sort of. I correct tax returns.
Okay.
Mainly work on fiduciary returns like trusts and estates, that type of stuff.
All right. That's cool, man. I would have known that. I'm lost.
It's really just knowing where the numbers go.
Right. Basically.
That's pretty much what it is. I mean, you get to a certain point. I mean, it's like, okay, just change this, you're good. But
right.
I thought I would share with you. I know you're not drinking tonight.
No.
But I thought from an inaugural episode, and I'm not a beer drinker. I won't lie. But I had to grab this.
Ooh.
Little Baby Yoda. It's
Baby
out of...
Yoda.
It's an IPA. It's a West Coast IPA, they call it. It's from Rancho Cordova, which is near where I am. So
if you see me spit, where you got it from.
If you see me spit it back out, probably because I'm a vodka man mainly. I don't drink beers too often.
I did have this guy in handy just in case, you know, I changed my mind.
Oh, there you go.
So
smells good.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
It's not bad. That's basically what I remember beer tasting like.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Nice.
So, we're going to start out with a couple rapid fire questions. Just kind of loosen it up. Get the midichlorians going. Have some fun here. So, blue or green milk?
Blue.
Okay. Who shot first? Han or Greedo?
Guido.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite droid?
Has to be R2-D2.
Okay. If you had to visit one of these locations, where'd you go? Hoth, Endor, or Tatooine?
I would go to... Wow. I guess I'll do Tatooine.
Okay. And then if you're flying a ship, X-Wing or TIE Fighter?
Oh, man. It's got to be an X-Wing.
Yeah, I kind of like my shield to keep my ass alive.
Yeah, you know that?
I mean, it's nice if TIE Fighters go fucking fast, but...
Fast, man, but they got no shielding, no defense.
I mean, it's literally riding like a Harley in space.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's kind of go... This is all about you. So this is kind of my ode to Star Wars fans, our connection to the Force, our connection to Star Wars, our love for Star Wars. So let's go back to the beginning for you.
Okay.
How did it start? Who exposed you to Star Wars?
All right.
What was your first movie? That type of thing.
Awesome. Okay, so of course, you know, I'm a 70 baby. I was born in 75. So,
Okay.
you know, I was about maybe 4 years old when Star Wars came out, you know, or 3 to 4 years old, you know. So I vaguely remember the actual Star Wars, you know, itself,
Right.
you know. But Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, yeah, because Empire Strikes Back, I remember seeing my brothers, you know, with the T-shirt, and then my mom
nice.
had bought me one. Because
That's
of course I wanted the same shirts they had, not knowing exactly what I was looking at, but the more that, because back then, you know how it was. They flooded us with all those shirts. You know, Fruit of the Loom was coming at us from every angle, you know, with the Marvel and the DC.
The underwear and everything.
The underoos, you know, we had it all. You know, and then of course the cool like foil shirts, like they had like the foil designs. So you had a lot of that. So I had the Star Wars with the foil, the gold yellow foil Star Wars. You know, it was sick. So I loved it. So to me, it started with just the shirt, the branding of it, you know, as a little kid. So then, and then obviously you see commercials, you see stuff on TV, little glimpses here and there of Empire Strikes Back, you know, the AT-ATs. I was like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Like, these are so cool. Like, you know, they're awesome. Like, it's just an amazing, it like blew my mind as a kid. And then came Return of the Jedi. Now, Return of the Jedi, I was 8 years old. It came out May 25th, 1983, Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
And I remember that because I went to the movie theater the next day. My mom couldn't take us, so my mom's friend took us with her kid, you know, and I ended up sleeping over his house that day. So it was like so dope. That whole day and night was amazing because I got to go watch this awesome freaking life-changing movie and then go sleep over my buddy's house where his mom was like very like she treats him like he was still kind of babyish. So she would put him in, like, he 8 years old running around in a onesie and drinking chocolate milk out of a bottle.
Oh, okay. No, wait a sec. No. You know you do that today. Maybe not chocolate milk in the bottle.
Little alcohol maybe, but
you'd run around in a onesie like a motherfucker. Give me a Tauntaun onesie, I'd be doing it.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Wookiee, I'm done. But
I'm part Wookiee anyway, so.
Right. So yeah, you know, it was an awesome, you know, I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna be pampered and I'm gonna watch this awesome movie. So, and then we went, and I remember clearly sitting in the theater. I clearly remember the intro, the Star Wars, the whole word, everything is coming up, and I'm just like watching this in awe, you know. And even when Leia got like half naked, you know, when she's there in a little beautiful outfit, I was like, holy shit, like what? Oh, am I allowed to see this? Like, I look at the lady like, you good? Like, you gotta let me look at this stuff? You know, so those are little things that trigger those memories where I'm like, oh my God, when I watch it now, I remember those points that I'm like, I remember that. I remember that feeling I felt, you know, when I got so anxious, you know what I mean? When Luke, when he almost, you know, with the Scarlet Pit.
Oh yeah.
You know, that whole scene for me, I remember being very anxious in the movie theater, you know, wondering like what's gonna happen, how is he gonna get out of this situation, you know? He's going in.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then when Boba Fett went in, it was just like the best feeling in the world. Like, you know, as a kid, you see him as the bad guy, you know?
Oh, yeah. Even though I was a little twisted as a kid, I was just like, I really like Boba Fett.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, he was a cool character. They were all cool. To me, it was like, they're all cool. Especially Darth Vader. It was like, oh, man, he's like the pinnacle of coolness, you know? And, but yeah, man, those are my memories. And then, of course, as time went on, the toys, you know, my mom would bring them, you know, buy me toys, and I have a few here with me, but yeah, man, that's where it started with me. It really what brought me into that world of just loving Star Wars was when I taken to the movie theater and watched Return of the Jedi. Like, that was very big for me, you know. And I appreciate my mom for letting, you know, her friend take me. I really do.
Did you ever try to force choke one of your brothers?
All
like,
the
just
time.
want to go, come on,
all
just do it once.
My older brother, when he was sleeping, would be like, see if I could choke his ass. You know what I mean? He would always bully me.
So, my follow-up question is, if you had to pick one, Sith, Jedi, or mercenary, what would you pick?
Sith.
Okay. Who would be your master mentor Not just in Star Wars universe. It can be outside the Star Wars universe.
Oh, okay.
You can pick.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I figured inside the Star Wars universe is too easy.
Yeah. Outside the Star Wars universe, train me as a Sith Lord. Wow, that's pretty not an easy question to answer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Because I know I'm a Sith too, and I'm going like, you can't just go like the mean people, because like then you're going Hitler, and I'm like, I don't want Hitler
training
or Stalin or
right. You know,
but so I was
about it. You know what? I'm gonna go with just out of just keeping it in that era. I'm gonna go with Bruce Lee.
You know, it's funny. Our boy Steve, Hip Hop's and me, we kind of did a trial run of this, and
that's right.
that was who he picked also, but he went with Jedi.
Oh, stop playing!
Yeah,
wow,
so it'll be kind of an unaired thing, but yeah, we were trying to do a practice run, and he picked him.
Look at that.
Great minds think alike.
Hell yeah! Great.
So obviously you'd have a lightsaber. Would you go the traditional red color as a Sith?
Actually, when I play the game, I always go with a red saber. I fight with two sabers.
Okay, that was my follow-up to it.
I'm a two-saber kind of guy. You know what I mean? And I always have two different colors. So I always have the red, and then I have the purple.
Nice. So very Revan.
Right, exactly. Because when you said who would train me, that's what I was gonna say.
Makes sense.
Reverend, you know. But then when you went outside the box, that's when you threw me off. But
yeah, see, when I was thinking about it, I was trying to think of like strategic person.
Yeah. Like
I would almost want to get, you know, I don't want to say like, what's the Hutt's name that rampaged over all fucking China? Genghis Khan.
Oh, Genghis Khan, yeah.
I'd almost want to go with him, but at the same time, I'd go with like some like Churchill.
Oh, right, exactly.
Just because of strategy point of view.
Strategy, right.
Because being Sith doesn't necessarily mean you have to be evil.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It just means you believe in power.
Right.
So that's why I
just love the powers. I love the Sith powers.
Yeah.
You know, to me, they're my favorite. Oh, it trumps like Jedi powers. Or what they have dope ones too, like the healing and all that. So, that's very, very key. Healing. I mean, who the fuck don't want to have healing powers? But
fuck yeah, you
can have both if you really, know how.
If you can walk that line.
Yeah, if you can walk that line, you could do both. So that's why I always saw myself. But I love being a Sith because I just like that. I don't have. It's not about being a goody and. Because I'm not a goody, so it's like I'm going based on my character. It's like and I'm not a mercenary either. But as a Sith, because a mercenary tends to, then that means I have to do evil. If you pay me, and it's like I'm not about money or nothing. So I'm a Sith, but I could also be a Sith up by my standard of a Sith.
Yep.
Where don't fuck with me, and I won't fuck with you. But if you want it, I'll fucking lightning and choke your ass at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, with no mercy. I'm not gonna be trying to like, get the police. We have to arrest you or some stupid. No, I'm.
No.
You dead right now, son. Like.
Yeah, we'll take care of this one-on-one. I don't need to go get someone else to take care of you.
Gonna, arrest you and none of that. No, you're gonna die. You started with the wrong person. But yeah, I definitely would go Sith, and I would go two sabers and then red and purple.
Yeah, I think most of us would go two sabers because I always kind of wanted to go like a red and a black saber.
I really wish, or even the white and black.
Or white and red, I do too.
White and red too. That's true. Oh, that'd be nice. That's nice.
Yeah, do something a little different.
Right.
So, is there like a favorite moment in Star Wars? Like, you just see that, like, sometimes you'll flip on TV and Star Wars Beyond. And there'll be like that one moment you just watch and it's like, I just need to see that five minutes just to see this one moment and I'm good. Right. I mean, I could sit and watch the whole movie if I want to, but sometimes there's that one scene you're just like, damn, I gotta watch that scene again.
Yeah.
Is there like one of those?
Count Dooku, when he met Yoda, when they first met and they were gonna fight. And that to me, that scene where they're going at it with the Force, and then he realizes that Yoda, he's too skilled for the Force, and he says true talent can be judged by the ability to use a lightsaber. You know what I mean? And that line was like fucking, he killed it with that. Like that scene, every time it comes up, it's like
yeah. That's one of the best scenes of that prequel
he killed
series.
That, man. That was so like, one of those like, like word up, let's go at it.
So I know you have kids.
Yes.
Have you exposed? I mean, I imagine you exposed the older ones to Star Wars.
Yes, and I did it around the same age to me. They were about 8 years old, because I wanted them to really get it. Like, I didn't want to throw it at them and then they're like playing and not really paying attention.
Right.
And I'm watching it and you're like, no, look at this. No, I really wanted them to have the understanding of what they're watching, and they really want to sit down through the whole thing. And at that age, my daughter was 9 going on 10, and he was 8, my son. And we sat them down in their room. I remember that they had a little Mickey Mouse TV.
Oh, nice.
On it, you know what I mean? So, and we had a VHS, so I popped it in because it was one of the old school with the VHS.
Oh, hey, that's better than what we had when we were kids.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't have VHS of it.
We didn't have that shit. You know what I mean? So I popped it in for them, and they sat through the whole thing, and we watched it. And of course, when we got to the scene where where Darth Vader tells Luke he's his father, they flipped out, which was classic, like what you see on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like, it's exactly, that was their reaction. They just was like, no, he's lying, can't be Pop. Is that true? And you're like, yeah, that's his father. And they're like, how can that be? He's evil. And I'm like, that's how it be.
Fathers sometimes have to be evil fuckers. That's just how they are. Not always.
Apologize for that. Just gotta. Sorry, Mom.
I'll
call you after the show.
Oh.
Had to hang up on Mom. Sorry, Mom. I'll call you back.
So, is there any other like toys that you had, or any items that you would like to share with us?
Well, we were talking behind the scenes that I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of Star Wars toys. But unfortunately, they're in the closet in the back because my room is tailored to just comic books and the few little bit of toys that I have on the wall, and but this is my comic book room. So I did dig this one out. If you saw it before, because this is something I love and I always keep it out, because that's hold on, we got the cool.
Yeah, I remember having that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
I love that thing.
The best thing ever, and that's why I try to keep it open so that none of the figures fall. Hold on, I'm trying to find it.
Oh, there you go.
So
yeah, not the best crafted thing, but it was still freaking cool.
Yeah,
and it's got all the tags and everything in there. Wow.
Yeah, the tags.
That's cool.
But they I put them upside down. That's why I messed up.
Still, you don't. A lot of times you don't see those tags anymore.
Yeah.
When you look at that. That's crazy. And even old school Boba Fett. That is very cool.
Try to see if I could turn it around. Show the other top half of it. So we got your boy Vader.
There you go. And I just remember how weird, like that Lando with that jacket.
Yeah, right? Like, what's the deal with that?
I love Lando to death. He's one of my favorites, but that jacket's horrible.
Look at this. Like, what's good with this guy, man?
He looks like a hot dog.
He does. He looks like a hot dog. He really does. That's a good one. Of course, I always liked Leia because she looked like so majestic. And
yeah.
You know what I mean? She had this like angel quality to her.
Well, and I mean, Carrie Fisher, rest her soul.
Yeah.
She was the perfect princess.
She played that role. I mean, no one could have done it. I don't think.
Yeah. And nothing against any of the other females that have played in Star Wars movies. Yeah. You're always going to be second fiddle to Leia. Yep. I mean, she is the rebel queen.
Yeah, man.
Everyone's little princess.
Right, man. It was sad, man, how it all played out. You know, it's sad, and you know, we can't point fingers. Like, you know, we all got our own problems. We all got our issues, and
Oh yeah.
when you're dealing with that environment of Hollywood and you're dealing with money, those issues and become a lot bigger, you know, and things become a lot, you know, harder to deal with, you know, especially like, you know, if you're already going through shit. Imagine if you're going through shit personally and then you got to deal with that environment. It's like you'd be all fucked up, you know, and all the pressure they put on you to get things done and do this and do that, or you know, could imagine what really goes on behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so it's sad, you know, one way how it went out, how it was played out, you know, and but then again, you know, when you think about it, you just try to think of all the good stuff, all the good times we had, all the stuff that she brought to the, you know, to the franchise,
and thankfully her daughter is in the franchise too. I mean, her was it Billy Lord something is what the daughter's name.
So I'm a little.
I know she was in the current trilogy.
Right. That I know.
But they really didn't do too much with her. But she's been in other stuff. She's a really good actress. Yeah, and she's beautiful like her mother.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. I found one thing when I did go looking, this was on top, so I grabbed it. You know, which I always thought, you know, it was like, you know, you pick these things up and you hope that, you know, they're gonna be cool one day, and then it's like, oh really, this guy?
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the greenbacks.
Okay. The Power of the Force guys, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, and then of course I got, you know, the Grand Admiral Thrawn over here, which I was excited about when I got him, but then now it's like, you know, having him is like even more cooler with all the hype and everything. And it's not because of value, like we spoke. It's not about the value. It's just finally seeing this character on screen, you know, and the way because they did a hell of a job, you know, with Ahsoka. So it was.
He's probably one of my favorite Star Wars characters.
Hell
like,
yeah.
If I had to pick, like if I went Sith and had to pick someone in the Star Wars universe, it'd probably be Thrawn as my mentor.
Yes, exactly. Because you want to talk about tactical. He's actually one of the most tactical in the whole entire freaking empire.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He's very, very smart man. You know, and that's something that I thought was so dope, the way they did it in the comic, his run, you know, because I picked that up. Of course, I was reading Thrawn, and you know, and then the way they did it in Rebels, you know, when they did Rebels, it was like, yo, they really played him well, they really wrote him well, you know, and he stood true to that character that he had, that very tactical. I mean, he's thinking of the plan. He got
he takes that chess. You know, they always say in chess you have to play like 3 moves ahead.
Oh yeah,
he's like 3 different chess games ahead.
Exactly.
I mean, he's just that smart.
He's insane, man. So definitely, I agree with you. He is an awesome character. They did a hell of a job.
I am scared to see who they cast as him.
Yeah.
When they do the show.
I hope they don't fuck that up, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of who they cast for Ahsoka as is.
Yeah, I wasn't. It didn't. You know,
I think she's a good actress, but
right. But I don't think they should. I wanted them to go with somebody who's like unknown. Like I didn't want them to go with a big name, because with something like Ahsoka, you want to start with a fresh, you know, canvas.
Yep.
You know, and then, you know, have that person. But I think that's what they didn't want. I think that's something that they wanted to steer from. I don't know. Who knows? But
yeah,
I'm thinking that would have been the best way to do it. I think that would have pleased everybody across the board, because you could have they put her. You could have put anyone else as Ahsoka, and the people would have been like, oh, awesome. Because they got Ahsoka. The whole point was getting Ahsoka on.
Everyone wants Ahsoka.
So, you know.
Just wait till they get Thrawn. They don't know what's coming.
Man, they don't know, man. They're going to, that's why I told people when that first announcement came, I was like, yo, bro, you better go pick up all the Thrawn you see, figure to comics, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Go get them, because when it comes out, he's going to blow up. Everybody's going to fall in love with Thrawn.
They came out with a couple, because, you know, I'm a San Diego Comic-Con boy. A couple years ago, Hasbro came out with a Thrawn figure from that, and I don't have it on hand. It's in my closet, but I mean, it's literally like the box is about this big, and it opens up like this. Like basically, you have the front, that kind of come like this,
Right.
and it opens up to expand out farther. And it's got him. It's got the whole throne room set up. The thing that's on the guy's shoulder, that Chimerian or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
It's got a pair of those in there.
This guy.
Some art. Yeah. I mean, it's got that whole 9 yards. It's so pretty.
And I know that thing is up there because if I wasn't mistaken, I did a little search looking for that.
Yeah, it's not a cheap one.
It's not. And I was
like,
hey, okay.
But it's not, to me, it's not about the value. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, I meant as far as like spending that money at that time when I saw it, I was like, I can't go this route right now.
Well, I got lucky. I bought it, I think it was like $50-$60 when it was at Comicc.
Oh, wow.
So I got it like from Hasbro, actually.
Hasbro, right. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man. I love those stories. I love hearing stories. That's one of my favorite things about this. It's just like even talking with Star Wars, like telling me those like great Star Wars pickups, like that's awesome.
Oh,
I love to hear stuff like that. And even in the comic game, it's like, oh, that's so dope. When you see people like, man, look what I found in the dollar bin, or look what I got for $10. You know what I mean? And you're like,
I wish I can find dollar bins nowadays.
Man, you know what? I don't know, man. Me and dollar bins don't get along. Me, it's just people be constantly, I see like, oh, look, unless they're fucking bullshitting, but people be like, oh, look what I found in the dollar bin, and I'm like, bro, who the fuck left that in the dollar bin? Like, who would?
Oh, I know.
And the thing that the stores I go to, they get raped constantly. You know what I mean? They got people in there 24/7 running through those bins. So to find anything in those stores, that's why I always go further out. You know what I mean? To when I really want to dig, I go further out. It's not so populated.
Trust me, I went yesterday on a day trip to the Bay Area and hit up like 2 or 3 shops just to try to find new hunting grounds.
Yeah. Isn't that the best, man?
Yeah.
When you go out and just take a day out of it, like you said, day trip.
Yep.
Make a day out of it. I love those days, man.
So let's kind of wrap this up. We're gonna do a quick little fun game. Hunt, marry, kill. It's like I said before. If I put Mary in there, I put a female in there. I'm gonna put Leia in there. Everyone's gonna pick Leia to marry. Right. So we're just gonna take that and kind of twist it. Okay. We're gonna have Sarlacc pit, carbonization, and Rancor. Basically, Sarlacc pit, you just want this guy to take forever to die. Carbonization, you just want a trophy on the wall. Rancor, just get him out of here. Let's just kill him right now. Let's get rid of him. So we're going to keep it in the Star Wars universe. We're not going to go outside of there because, trust me, there's plenty of names that we could throw outside of there.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have fun in the Star Wars universe.
Star Wars universe. Gotcha.
So we're going to start with, just to break some hearts, Yoda, Han, and Chewie.
Oh, man.
I'm a Sith. You got to go hard.
Yeah, I appreciate that from one Sith to another. Okay, so Sarlacc pit. Oh, man. Damn. Damn, this is tough. Because you know what? It's gonna have to be Chewie, man.
Sarlacc pit's gonna have a hairball, huh?
Yeah. Sorry, bud. So Sarlacc pit is gonna be coughing up some hairballs like 200 years from now. Yeah. And then I guess for carbonization, you know what? Just because it'll be like a prize to have him there and see him every day, and you already know.
No, yeah.
Yoda, I would carbonize him. And just have him there in my living room and just be like, go up to him and like pet him, rub his head and just tell him, it's okay. You'll be all right. And of course, we know Rancor is going to go. Yeah. My apologies to everyone out there, but that's the way it's going down. Unfortunately.
There was one little out you could have done. You could have thrown Yoda into the Sarlacc pit. And he would have lived, because you got to think he's a Jedi.
Oh,
he could probably jump out of there.
Oh, see, I wasn't thinking like that. I was keeping it very.
Yeah, but no, I
Yeah.
appreciate that. In all honesty, I would have put Yoda as carbonization too. I mean,
Yeah, man, come on.
though it would be kind of funny to put Han back into carbonation just to see his face go, really, motherfucker?
Right, he has
Again?
that. He's carbonized like this.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, really, man?
Let's see if I can do a bad guy one real quick.
All right, let's do it.
Oh man. So we'll go General Grievous.
Okay.
We will go Dooku, and we'll go Anakin. Not Vader. Anakin.
Okay, so Anakin goes in the Scarlet Pit, right? He's gonna go in there. He's gonna suffer for a long time, for making us suffer for a long time. So he's gonna go in there. So that's tit for tat. And then you said Grievous.
General Grievous.
General Grievous. You know what? It's kind of annoying, you know. So I'm gonna throw you to the Rancor. You know, because I think it'll be fun for the Rancor having all that metal to play with.
Yeah, you might have to have a couple Rancors, but yeah.
Yeah, throw a few Rancors in there for him, you know, just to see that. That'll be nice to see him going up against like 4 Rancors. That'll be intense. And, and armored Rancors.
Oh yeah.
That would be fucking sweet. And then of course, you know, Count Dooku, I would carbonize him only because I love that line in the movie, you know, and he's the one who presented it. And so it'd be cool to have him there, you know, and Yoda. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, Master and Apprentice.
There you go.
Carbonized. Oh, there you go.
We got one last one.
Let's do
this. This will be the cutesy round.
Okay.
Ewoks.
Okay.
Porg. And what the hell's Jar Jar? Gungan.
Gungan. So, okay. Yeah, this is okay. Porg. Yeah, that goes into the Scarlet Pit. Right? We're gonna put a whole bunch of them in there.
I'm talking about like
truckloads.
You're putting the whole race in there.
Right, the whole race.
We're getting rid of.
Fucking throw the ball in there, bro. Planet and all. Of course they go in there. That was like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. So then now in Rancor, I would do, of course, Jar Jar. I'm sorry. I would do Jar Jar.
Misa not.
Yeah, sorry. You're gonna have to go, man, because you was kind of annoying too, bro. And of course, you know, I gotta keep Ewoks, right?
You gotta be wicked, yep.
Yeah, man.
Though I will say it would be fun to see a bunch of Ewoks beating up on a Rancor.
That oh man, there's gotta be a lot of Ewoks.
It would have to be a lot of Ewoks.
A lot of Ewoks, man, to do that.
See, I would have probably thrown the Gungans into the Sarlacc pit.
Oh yeah?
I just that whole Misa sorry. It's just like, oh my god, just
I hear
shoot
that,
me.
and then I could just picture a Rancor just biting his head off as he says that. Misa, and then I just picture all those little palms, just truckloads, just all rolling into the fucking sky, all around.
But see,
them.
the Porgs, at least you could make some like little chicken dinners and stuff for them.
You know what I mean? That's another thing, man. We should cook them up, eat them up.
Yeah, I still think Disneyland needs to have like pork, pork roasters or something.
Right. Like pork sausage and shit, or
yep,
pork burgers. You know, that'd be funny.
I did not realize how fucking dark it is over my room.
Oh yeah,
let's get some light in here. We'll end it.
One of the real quick before we close off. I know this is Star Wars related. Of course, this was a custom figure that a gentleman Retro Gimmick made for me. So yeah, because this is one of my
all-time favorites. Let me get you one shot on that real quick. Oh come on, there we go. That is sick.
Oh, I'm trying to not get that glare on here.
May the Schwartz be with you, sir. May the Schwartz be with you.
And it's awesome. I mean, like, this is so cool. I can actually pull them out and stuff, but I don't want to.
That's cool.
and it's like, you can stick it back on. But yeah, man, he made that for me, and I was like, awesome, man. Thank you so much for that, man. Because I love Spaceballs. You already know, man.
Yeah, Spaceballs is a great movie.
It was so cool. It wasn't even like, it's making fun of Star Wars, but it did it in such a way where you wasn't
respectful.
It was very respectful, man, and you loved it. You was like, yeah, that's right. You could laugh at Star Wars. Like you realized too, like, oh yeah, that was silly.
But by the way, what is your favorite Star Wars movie or Star Wars piece of franchise, whatever?
Like I said, it's just Return of the Jedi. I always love watching Return of the Jedi. Of all the movies, I always find myself replaying Return of the Jedi. And that whole, when Luke has already come to understanding who he is and already almost, you could say, his peak of his abilities. Pretty much almost, and when you look back at it now, knowing what you know, it makes it even way better.
Oh yeah.
When you know now where they went further into his background, his history, and the whole expanding that universe, it was like, holy shit, this guy was a monster. Like he was a beast, and they never really showed it. Never really, not at all. They didn't show it. And the things he was capable of doing. So watching that movie and watching, that transition of him becoming, a full-fledged, Jedi and master, like it was dope, man. It was so dope. So to me, it has to be Return of the Jedi all the time because, it just meant so much to me.
I can understand that.
Yeah,
definitely understand that.
I just love it. I thought it was one. I mean, of course, Empire Strikes Back was super dope. You know what I mean? I think that falls really close to Return of the Jedi, if you really want to say like a 1 and 2 maybe, but definitely.
The one thing about Empire, as much as I love Empire and I respect Empire, the kid in me grew up with Return of the Jedi. Mm-hmm. Empire wasn't made for the kid in me.
All right.
Empire, you know what I mean? It wasn't made for the kid in you either, because I'm a little younger than you.
Right.
Whereas Return of the Jedi was made for us as a kid.
Right.
As an adult, I can go back and go, yeah, Empire is the better movie. I love Empire.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But where my kid's heart is,
right,
is with the whole nub and all that with Wicked and everything,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That whole scene with Princess Leia and the cookie and him poking her with the stick
and all that. It was cute. It was so adorable.
Yeah,
and you even that whole thing with the whole Wookiee, just introducing, the Wookiees and all that. It was just like whoa, and then the
Ewoks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Wookiees, the Ewoks.
They should have been Wookiees.
They should have been Wookiees, right?
Yeah, originally it was supposed to be Kashyyyk.
Oh,
is what they're supposed to do.
That would have been cool too. But Ewoks, look, they I feel so stupid. They introduced Ewoks, you know what I mean? And I think to me that was like next level. When I watched it, it was just like, yo, what are these things? Like, and they look so cool, and they actually could kick ass. So it wasn't like they're these cute little cuddly, stupid like barbarian savages. Like they had culture, they had language, and they had a military.
They were a little bit savage though, because some pointed out to me recently, and I'll leave this on kind of a dark note. What do you think they were eating during that celebration?
Yeah, yes, I've heard. That.
Just think about that. They were eating stormtroopers.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah,
they had no problem eating stormtroopers, folks.
Yeah,
I mean, you never saw any animals on that planet other than them.
Weren't they gonna eat Luke and Han and Leia? They were gonna eat them all.
And if you think about it, Leia's dress means that if they had a dress in her size, they ate a woman.
That's
that was her size before.
That was her size before. So where you get that? Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah,
that just makes total sense right now.
Yeah, someone brought that up to my attention recently, and I was just like,
oh my god.
Yeah, those little fuckers are cannibals.
They were cannibals. It's clear now. Definitely, they were fucking cannibals. They were badass, man. Holy shit.
They were badass.
They ain't fuck around. Damn Ewoks. Who knew?
But I want to thank you for being on the show, sir.
Oh, man.
I couldn't have thought of a better guest for the first show of this.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
you. Thank you so much for having me.
I love what you do for the community. I love the fact that you're like me. It's about the books, not necessarily the dollar value. No disrespect to anyone that loves the dollar value.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's your game. Go for it. Be yourself. but I love the fact that you're unapologetically like, yeah, these are my books. All I care about is the book. You know what I mean?
Up, man. And you know, and that's how it should be with everybody. Even if you don't agree with me or you're the opposite, then yeah, you should be just as adamant. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's all about how you collect, and everybody has their way of collecting because we all have our own perspective, even how we see this world. You know,
Exactly.
So that means that we're gonna have our own perspective on our collection and how we want to collect it. Whether you want to do it for the money or you want to do it just to have it and enjoy the book. You know, to know that you have that book. And you know, so to me, that's you know, that's what it's all about. But thank you so much, man. I'm really happy.
No problem, sir.
I had a great time, man. Love the show. Hopefully, come back again and we could do it.
Oh
again.
yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah,
I'm gonna be putting these out one a week.
Nice.
I'm filming like 5 of them together so I can kind of spread it out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and get everyone in the community to jump on. Any Star Wars love, doesn't matter if you're super nerd like me or you're just a little infant in it.
Right.
It's all love.
Exactly.
Where can my folks reach you at? I mean, I know you're on there with Justin on Comic Relief, which is a great show, by the way.
Yes.
I can't wait to be back on there.
Oh,
by the way,
we loved you, man. We had a great time, man. We had an awesome time. That's something that we keep track of. The guests that really, you know, we just clicked with. Like, we're like, yo, we got to make sure we bring them back again. You know, for sure. Definitely for the anniversary, we're bringing all of the guys back.
Nice.
You know, we're bringing everybody back. But yeah, so guys, you can reach me at, of course, Morbius Comics at IG and also at my YouTube channel, which I started not too long ago. And so if you want to go sub me up there, it's the same thing, same handle, Morbius Comics. And yeah, man, I'm just, you know, regular collector. I just love collecting. I've been collecting for over 30 years. Yeah, I took a little hiatus, you know, early 2000, but, you know, I came back again and haven't, you know, stopped ever since, man. I've been meeting great guys in the community. Been on, IG for a little over a year now.
Yep.
It's been great, man. It's been amazing meeting all you guys, man. So, and yeah, and Comic Relief. Don't want to forget that. Every Tuesday, 7:30, with me and my co-host. Oh, not even my co-host, because we both the same. You know, it's Justin, No Good Comics. That's my other half, should I say?
Your cohort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, check us out. 7:30 every Tuesday. Comic Relief, where we touch on touchy topics about comics that, you know, not necessarily everybody likes to discuss because, you know, rubs people the wrong way. But of course, we don't care. We want to discuss it, and we're not experts. It's just sharing our opinion. And
exactly.
We would love to hear from you guys. You know, come check us out.
And they respect your opinion too, which is
right, man. Oh yeah,
really cool because a lot of people go, "Yeah, I want to hear your opinion," but then you give it to them, they're like, "Well, fuck you."
Right.
These guys, you go on there, and it's not like, "Oh, you're one of those people." It's like, "Oh, why do you feel that way?"
Right. That's what we want.
You know
because
what I mean?
Like we said, we don't know everything. It's just our opinion based on our experience on how we collect. So when somebody says something that's totally different, but again, it's like, okay, let's talk about that. You know what I mean? Let's this is a good thing. You know, let's discuss this. Let's open up that, you know, discussion. So, because I want to learn from basically what you just said, and then if I don't agree with it, I'll be like, you know what, I don't agree with it. But at least we spoke on it, got it out in the open, and discussed it. You know, and everyone had their share of opinions. So I think that's very important to be transparent. And also, there's been many times where I've corrected myself. I mean, I did it when you was on. You know, Justin has done it many times where we just check ourselves, you know. We're like, hey, you know what? I was wrong. You're right. That actually makes more sense what I just said. So I'm going to go with that. You know,
I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
The whole thing is if you can leave your ego at the door, you're going to have a great time in that show.
Yeah, man. Exactly. If you're too stuck up, you got to, you know, broomstick up your ass, you know, whatever. It's not for you, man. After you don't come, you just stay away.
So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit for our show.
Okay.
Our normal show, everyone knows, Team Nerd Herd is. If you want to do it right, collect what you like. I'm hearing all over those shows. I love it. Keep it up, guys. Keep spreading that word. But for us here, we're Star Wars. We got to go with Master Yoda and collect what you like if you want to do it right. Have a good night, folks.
Show me the one whose safety deems such destruction.